Hello, everyone. This is your friend Divyesh Dave, and welcome to the day number 24. We are learning every day something new now. This is the action mode, right? So, every day we are doing some projects, and today is the day 4 of the projects. Actually, it is 24th day, but for the project, it's the number fourth project that we are going to do. So far, we have done three projects you can see on the screen, and now we are moving to the next project, which is the budget versus actual. Let me just show you how it looks and then we will create it together. So what you need to do is you just need to follow the steps. Whatever I'm doing, do it with the Excel sheet. I will upload this Excel sheet in our Google Drive folder. Download it and then start creating with the video going on. Okay, so as I'm doing it, do it with me. So this is something it looks like. So this is the personal budget tracker. Then we have the date, opening balance, and then closing. Uh, then this beautiful, headers, different kind of categories. Then we have the expense comparison. What is the highest expenses? Then cash flow. How much is the cash right in the beginning and down? Then how much we have right now, and what is the actual versus budget bar chart, this beautiful chart. So what do we do is every time we just click here, it changes all the data, but make sure you just click both because then it will change the budget as well. So January, and this has a very nice hover. Let's say uh, the actual is on the background and sorry, the budget is in background and actual is in front, like how much we have utilized, something like that. So let's say just remove it and then we'll go to here February and then February. So it will give you the idea how much we have used, and then it will also show you that budget income was this and budget expenses was this. Okay, so you can switch also, like if you just want to click the only the expenses and then income, then you can switch that as well. And then the cash flow, the expense comparison, a beautifully designed chart which will help you to analyze all this data. Okay, and also we have the data sheet. So every time you add something new, automatically it will update the data sheet also. So now today we know we are not going to create the database because it takes a lot of time. So but for the sample data, I have already created these two data sheet. Now let's move to our steps. So let's say creating, first we need masters and table. See, every time when we create any kind of report or any kind of dashboard, we just need to set the flow of data. What are the data we will need then, and then we convert them into the table, and then we move to the next step of creating pivot and all. Okay, and then we will add uh, charts for. So first is creating masters and tables. Then we will set the budget because value should be there. So this is the part of first part, but I'll just edit it later. Edit it after this thing. Then we will add the transaction. These three things you need to do as per your requirement. But I have already created this. I'm just showing you the full flow because first three things I have already done. Then adding data validation, creating home page. I will show you how you'll create, and then adding pivot and slicers. We will also design this. This is 7, 8, 9. Already done. Let me just make it normal. The less steps are beautifully, visible on the screen. The less is more. So, and then we'll connect the data, creating homepage, adding pivot and slicers, then connecting data and charts for visualization. So this is going to be the simple flow of creating this actual versus budgeted sheet. Okay, so very first thing what we need to do is we need to create a data. So I've already created for you, but I'm just going to show you what are the important data set you need to recognize first before creating any table. So we need date, we need month, we need year, we need let's say this is just for just extra. And then we will need the transaction. You can also add description. Let's say you want to add any detail of this transaction, salary, because it's copied the previous slide, that's why it's asking the data validation. But you just add a simple column which gives details about this expenses, or uh, whatever you have received or you have paid for something. And then you will add the time, the type of the expenses. Then you will add the actual expenses. So I have already added all these information for you. So this is the actual transaction. Every day, whatever you are doing, just keep adding here, and it will automatically, add the data in the in the in your database. So first, the actual transaction. Then also we need to define the budget also. Every month, how much we need to spend. So I just created a simple category, month, type, and budget. So let's say rent. I have created a 6-month database. So let's say rent for January to June, and the expenses. The type is expenses, and let's say 1200 is a rent. Then the fuel. The fuel is January to this June, and then again category and the random amount. I've added the random sheet also. If you want to create the random sheet, you can create like this, like the random, let's say, amount generator, then random date generator, and then you can just sort this date and you can add this. Okay, just for your reference, if you want to create a separate database. And then in the same way, I have added budget for household, utilities, outing, learning, others, and also I have added the salary and bonus section also, like budgeted salary, what we can expect, because it has salary plus bonus part. So we can expect that 8,000 per month I will get. So $8,000 you can expect. So this is just a artificial data. We will create all these things with these database. So these are the two main database we will need. For this also we have created this master. So master is category and the type of what kind of type of this particular category. Let's say expenses or income, because we need to create this dashboard related to income and expenses and actual versus budget. Okay, so we have created this master. Now what I did is, in the data I just created X lookup. So I just added X lookup for this particular transaction, and then I have added X lookup. Also, when we put the date, there is a formula called text. So what it does is, let's say I don't have this, we will go to text and then value, and then I will put inverted comma MMM, means give me the month of this date. So this is it gives you the month. And then I have also added one more formula before that to make it the uppercase. So my my budget data and my actual transaction date shows the same kind of capital letters month. And then the same way we can create the year also. So instead of MMM, we will add YYYY, and it will give us year. Okay, so this is the simple changes I have done. Yeah, one more thing I did is um, I have created a formula. In the table, I have added the total. You know how to do this. Just simply go to table and then add total row. And then in that total row, what I did is I have just created sum ifs. Sum ifs, um, actual, sorry, sum ifs, all the expenses minus all the income minus expenses. So it is giving me the net balance. So net balance, right now we are just following single entry system, because it's a personal budget sheet, you can say. Okay, so that's why we have created. So what I did is I just added the sum is formula. So every time it we add something, it will automatically change the net balance also. So this is the change. These are the 2, 3 changes I have done. Okay, so now our sheet is ready. Our master is ready. Let's get started. So we will create a simple, let's say, mm, data is there. We need to create a new sheet. Let's name it tracker. Okay, so we'll just keep it closed so we can just simply copy that. The very first thing we need the header. So we all know how to create the header. Just go here, color it. That's it. And then we will need. I will do it little bit quickly. You can stop the video, and then you can do it by your own. Okay. So let's just leave 3 columns, and then you create something like this. So this is our header. Next thing we need are these kind of boxes, which is basically category wise expenses category. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we is a simple 1 column space. So we will create this here, 1 column space, and then we have rent, we have then again 1 space, then fuel, household utilities, household utilities, outing, learning, and there is one more, which is others. Okay, so and then what we'll do is we'll just select all the blank columns and we will resize as similar. We'll do this and then just resize any one, control, then select, and then we will increase the size of one. So if we increase size of one, it will increase the size of all. Okay, so far so good. Now here we need the date. So just Alt HPA, add date, and we know the today formula is add today and enter. So it will show you the status of that particular data. You can change the you can change the date format, number, go to date. I prefer always this one. Okay, now next is our opening and closing balance. So we can create the funds. So just Alt HMC and funds, and then Alt HBA. So opening and closing. So how we can get the closing? We already have the formula here. Let's just add 2000 was opening, and then we will add the dollar sign. Also, we need to add the closing. So closing will be opening plus whatever balance we have right now. Here you can see the balance we have. We already put the formula here. Sum is formula. Total income minus expenses. So this is our opening and closing balances. So it will always, stay in our eye. Okay, what is opening and what is closing, and then also what you can do is we have this conditional formatting. Let's say highlight cells is greater than 0, then color them as a green. And if we will add one more, highlight if less than 0, then add as a red, light red fill, and okay. So let's say if it is goes in minus, let's say minus 1500. So it will show you the minus amount. So right now we have positive, so we will keep it to positive. And then we will need the amount of all these categories. So we'll just create one more. We will decorate, Alt HPA, and then we will paste it Alt F4, 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 and then we will add one more rows here, and then we will insert the images. So we can just simply go here, image, icon, let's say house, and then we can insert the house, resize it. Now I'll do it quickly, but you need to do it step by step so you will understand the process. So then change the color, graphic fill. Let's say I want to make it orange, light orange. Okay. And then we will just select all, Alt HAC to make it center, then Control B. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just copying it from here, but you can insert as per your requirement. So we'll just put it here, and you can beautify it as per your requirement. Okay, so this is your project, you need to share. Then utilities, outing, learning, and the archive is others. So while we are doing with each other, make sure you follow all the steps so that you can understand exactly what we are doing. Okay, by watching these video will not help, doing this video will help. Control B. So we have almost the basic thing ready. Now next thing we need is the dollar sign. We can add this, sorry, just select this and the dollar sign. Now what we need is we need amount, right? So for amount, what we'll do is we'll create our first pivot. You can see here. So first pivot is actual. So we'll just go to data. Here we will put our cursor to any cell and then Alt NVT. NVT means inserting the table, right? So pivot table. And then we will say the name of this pivot is, let's say piv, because I already have pivot. And then we will create a new worksheet, data source reference. Okay. And so we'll put it here, Alt NVT. It will add the data, and then table 5. Okay, sorry, I had to keep it here, new worksheet, and then okay. So this is our worksheet, Alt HOR, and then pivot. This is our first pivot we are going to create. So far so good. Creating masters and tables, then setting the budget. We have set the budget, adding the transactions. I already added, so you just need to add as per your requirement, and then add data validation. In that we have data validation also. Like in the data, we have this data validation, the drop down menu of selecting the transaction. So you can create that as well. After that, we are creating now home page. So in home page, we need now the data. Okay, so what we did is we just created a simple pivot, and in that pivot we need the actual data. Okay, so what is actual data? We have actual expenses, and then let's just let's just insert first. We will create the pivot with, let's say, month we need, but we need month as a column, and then we will need transactions, which is our just a minute, let me just remove this blank. Yeah, there is no blank. Okay, anyways, then we are creating pivot. Okay, so let me just revise again. We have created the headers and all. Now we are creating the pivot table. For pivot, we need to select the data set, which we have selected here, and then we have inserted a pivot table. We have added month, transactions, and then we need the amount, which is our actual. So now this is we have as a expenses. But to connect these data, we can do two things. we can directly just go here, and then you can select the relevant section and just put it here. Or the better to avoid the repetition and linking, the wrong linking, you can just select here, select the first thing, which is we have rent. So select the rent and okay. Now copy this and then paste it. So select the next one, fuel. It will be much faster. Then you go here, fuel, okay. Copy this again, paste it. Go to tracker. Next is household. So just go to household, and then I found it easier and faster. So you can choose whatever you want to do, but make sure you put the right linking. Then comes the utilities. So you select utilities here. Okay. Then the outing, learning, and others. The outing. Then again, we'll copy this. Then we will add learning. Then others. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now all we'll do is we'll just click is equal to, and we will connect it with the total of this end in this column. Okay, not on the grand total, but in this particular row, and then enter. And again, we will follow the process for same. This is fuel. The next is household, and then we select it. Utilities, then outing, and then the learning. Sorry, where is this? Yeah, the learning. Learning is basically we are buying books and buying some courses for our knowledge upgradation, and others if you don't find any transaction relevant to these categories, like rent, fuel, monthly fuel, household means buying the groceries and cleaning item and all. Utilities mean electricity, water bill, gas bill. Outing is when you are going outside for some restaurant and parties and all. Traveling somewhere, you can put it here. So these are the major categories. You can change categories as per your requirement. So this is the thing that we have done. Now next thing what we need to do is we have created and then we have added the pivot and slicer. So we need to add the slicer. So we'll go here, and then we will go to here, insert slicer, and then we will add as a uh, month. We will add the month slicer. And then what we need to do is we need to cut it, and we will paste it in our tracker sheet, and we will keep it here. Okay, so far so good. Then we'll right click, and then we will report the connection. Here we need to connect all the pivot that we have created, so that every time any data changes in our other pivot, make sure you do this process, otherwise your data will not update. Sorry, right now we need to create pivot only for our 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. You can see the pivot table name. So right now what it is doing, it is selecting data from other pivots also. So we just need to make sure in this practice sheet we don't select all. Okay, so let's say 25. It starts from pivot table 25. Yeah, 25 and 2. Right click, report connection. 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, And where is 28? Port connection 26, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay. 27, 20. Okay. It automatically changes the name 30, 31, and 32. Anyways, now the magic comes here. When you click here, it changes automatically. When you click February, it will change to the February. March, April, and May. Automatically, it is changing uh, the the cell data, right? So this is the first thing we need to do. Now we will bring the second thing, which is our. Let me just resize it. It fits in the column. Okay, so we have brought this thing. Second thing we need to do is we need to bring this budget also. So you can see here what I did is first I have added the actual, and now we will add the budgeted pivots. So we need to just go to data, click here or NVT, and then we will select in the existing sheet. Then we'll go here, we will select the pivot and then enter. Now for bifurcation, what you can do is you can just add a name, actual pivots, and then you can color it. And then you copy this, then budget pivots. Again, same thing, month, we will bring month in the column, type, which is our type of expenses. You can see here. We need to add the category, sorry. Just add the category, remove the type, and then we will put the budget, which is our sum. Again, we will do the same thing. We will hide this. So what is the first one? Let me just copy this. So we will have idea of what is the sequence. Okay, so fuel is first. Okay, so once it is done, copy this and paste it. Second is household. Select household. Rent and fuel. Sorry, the first is rent. First is rent. Second is fuel. Third is household utilities. Let's say household. Then, so guys, do it with me, okay? And then household. Then comes to utilities. Then we select outing, learning, and others. So outing, learning, and others. Outing, learning, others. Okay, so we have done this. Now one thing we need to add is as a something like this: total total budget, fuel, and then the amount of that particular thing. I'll show you what it will help. The budget, rent, and the alt HBA, and then we just connect is equal to, and then the total. We'll connect this. In the same way we will do for all. Then again we will connect the fuel. Same thing we will do for others also. So this is others, and then we will link it. Then we have learning, and then we will link it. Again, we have outing, and then we will link the total. Then we have utilities, and then we will link it again. I'll show you the magic how we are why we are doing this. Then link it again, and we'll change the name. And save it. Okay. So this is what we have done. Now you can see here in our tracker we have this beautiful color of this particular cells. Now we will color it as a orange. Let's say orange. We will color it orange. Now every time we change our selection of month, so the budget should come above this as a bar. So that's what we are going to do. But before that, we need to select the first one and then add the slicer of that. Insert slicer, month, okay, and then you cut it, and then we'll bring this slicer below our this actual slicer. Now we can change the name of this slicer setting. Let's say this is our actual, and we'll change the color. So actual, you can keep let's say orange, and then we will go to this slicer. We will change the name budget. Okay, change the color as green. Okay, so this is what we need to do. And now then right click. Yeah, of course, the connection is really important. So just check which table number is there. Let's say 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38 and 39. So all these pivot tables we need to connect. So report connection 34, 35. It will see it is already showing you the first. So you just need to add all other pivot tables. This 39. Okay. Now it is connected. So to see the magic, what we need to do is we need to add a conditional formatting. For example, if the data is showing here, then it will hover over this particular cell in the different color. So it will show you, let's say, let me just do it, conditional formatting, and then we will add the data bar of that particular amount. We need to add the data bar here. Okay, that's what it is saying, data bar, then let's say blue. But when we go to this conditional formatting, we just double click, and then here we will add automatic. Will so first format all cells based on their values, keep it automatic in the minimum, but in the maximum you put the number, and then here you link that particular amount, rent, and then enter. Change the color as, let's say, the dark blue. Okay, apply. Okay, so can you see the magic? But before that we need to select the month also. So in March month we have designed 1400, and in the whole month you need to select the same month. Yeah, in January we had 1200. Now you can see 1200 has been utilized. That means it is showing complete complete utilization of that. So let me just make it dark so you will understand it. This dark, 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 and then white font. So it will highlight. Okay, I hope it is clear now. So right now it is selected all, so it is not showing the clear data. So we need to select the actual in we need to select January in actual and January in budget. So it will show you how much we have utilized. Same as if February. Then again we need to select the February. Because 12 rent is fixed, that's why it is showing. I think in 1 month I have added different rent. See, in March. So in March, there is a very slight difference will be there, but I think it's the same almost because rent is same each month. Let's check in the fuel. So the same thing we will do in this also. We'll just go to conditional formatting. We will add the data bars with the blue colors, and then we will go to that particular rule, double click, format cells as their base value. So now I will do it quickly. So you can stop the video and you can do it by your own. Okay. Automatically number, color, data bar. And then we will link this with the fuel. Okay. Apply. So as we are doing it, automatically you will see the the color will start changing. Let me just make it little dark. We have this one. Yeah. Yeah. Now it looks similar. Then again for the third, I'll do it a little bit faster. Data bars, this, manage rule, double click, automatic number, then we'll add to a household. Enter. Then we'll change the color to darker. Okay. Apply. Okay. Then we'll do it for the third thing. New rule. First, we need to add the data bar in the blue color. And then we will manage this row. So do it with me. Automatically, we will add number. Then we link this number to utilities value, which is here. We'll change it to dark color. Okay. Apply. Okay. So let's say we just select this and we will select the January month. Now let me just do it for others. Then again, outing, conditional formatting, data bars here. Then we go to manage rules, automatic numbers, make it little dark. Select the outing. You can skip this if you are already you have already done this. You can skip this video. But let me just finish this so we will be on the same page. So for those who are doing with me, we all will be on the same page. Learning again, data bars, blue. Go to manage rules, double click, and then automatic number, change to the dark. So every time I'm repeating it will help you to remember also. So outing, maybe outing or what? Yeah, learning, sorry. Learning, enter, okay. Then apply, okay. Then the last one, conditional formatting, data bars. So why we are doing this? Just to check the possibilities, how many things we can do. There are so much you can do with these kind of things, but you need to put you need to take actions, because if you try and test and learn, definitely you can do so many creative things in this. Apply, okay. So far we have already done January and January. You can see here. Let me just check it here why it's not coming. Manage rule, double click, and then household. Just go to number, favorite household, select here. Okay, apply. I think the linking, I just missed the linking. Then again, conditional formatting, manage rule. Let me just check this also. And then number, we'll just go here. We will select the utilities tab, enter, okay, apply, okay. Now it is coming. Others also not coming. Manage rules, double click, then numbers, pivot table, others. Okay, okay, apply and okay. So now it is coming to all. So in January, you can see that we had fuel is less utilized. So we had like budget was less, but we have overutilized this. You can see that. Household also we have overutilized. Utilities also. Outing is almost equal. So learning is overutilized or less utilized. Not sure. So budget was utilities budget was 600 in January. In January, utilities budget was 600 and we have utilized 575. So it is less utilized. So this is how you can create, beautiful color combination bar chart. So let's say February, we'll go to February and it will change. It will change the date of February. Then again, March, we'll make it March and it will change this. So this is how it will hover over the period of time. So we have done the first thing with pivot and slicer and connecting the data. Now we will add something different, which is our um, these data charts. Okay. So for data charts, we need the expense comparison first, then cash flow, and then actual and budget. So for that, we need these pivot additionally. So first, we will bring the expenses for creating the expenses chart. I hope you are understanding what we are doing. Every time we need to create some dynamic things, we just go to the database, the data table, we create a pivot, and we create a visualization of that. This is a simple step you need to understand. That's why we are doing again and again. So it goes into your subconscious mind that this is the process you can follow. Okay. Now to do this, we need to make it expenses, and expenses are basically actual expenses. So we can just go here in our data tab, alt NVT, and then we will existing worksheet, and then we will create one more, which is here, and then enter. Now here we need a type, which is expenses. We will make it as a filter. Then let's check this expenses. It is okay. Now we will add our months, which is going to be in the column, then the transactions, and then we will add the actual amount. Here you can see that income is also coming. Okay, salary and bonus, but we will need right now only expenses. So we just added expenses. Now what else we need? We need this particular detail. So we'll just copy this, or maybe you can create by your own also. In our pivot for chart, we need this information, but let's keep this format. So copy and paste it here. Alt ESV, enter. Sorry, Alt ESV and then transpose, Alt HL, and then we have the total. So for total, again, we will do the same thing. We will link it here. We will link fuel, rent. We will link here. Fuel, we will link here. Household, we link here. Utilities, we will link here. Then we will link outing here. Then we will link learning here, and then the others here. Okay, this is what we need to do. Now what we need to do is we just go here and then go to insert recommended charts. You can see here. And then what we'll do is we'll just which one I have introduced, expenses comparison, this chart. So we will go to our this summary, we'll select here and then recommended chart. We'll simply insert this chart. Okay. Can you see this? How beautifully it designed automatically. So what we need to do is to cut it, but make sure we connect this data from the slicer. We will do it from the main sheet. So it automatically changes. Now these are actual expenses. That's why we need to connect it with actual data set. Let me just check which one is the pivot table. So the pivot number is pivot table 40. So for this actual slicer, we need to connect the pivot slicer 40 only. 40 also. Yeah, 40 is not connected. We have just connected 40. Okay. So every time you change this, you can see the chart will change. January, April, and now it depends on you how you want to beautify it. You can change as many design, something like this gray style. You can go to options here, right click for plot format area, and you can just go through all these things and design as per your requirement and your whatever color you choose. Okay, so try to do some try and error of this particular thing, but right now we are not doing it. We are quickly moving to our next step, which is the another chart, which is our cash flow. So for cash flow, we need one thing. We need opening, outward, inward. Basically, we need these two database, opening and closing, and it should be dynamic. So for that, what we will do is we will just copy this data what we have inserted right now here. We will copy this, we will paste it. What we need is opening plus inward and outward, and then closing. So we need the formula. So we just remove this type from here, remove field, and here we just need uh, not the transaction but the type. So income expenses, that's it. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this format again, and then we will name it as a cash flow. Opening we know we have already have opening here, which is always going to be remain same. And then we will add inwards, or maybe let's say expenses is above, so outwards, inwards, and then closing. So closing should be this minus this plus inwards. And then we just remove this unnecessary part. So far so good. I hope you understood this. Now here we need to put the formula, and here we need to link it from our actual expenses. Outward means expenses, and then inward means income. This is actual. Okay. The same thing we will do again. We will select, let me just make it normal. We will select this part and this part only. And then again, we'll go to insert and then recommended chart. So you can see you can insert this one also. So it will show you, different kind of charts you can insert. Let's say control X, and then we will put it here. So this is the different kind of charts you can insert. Now you can change the title. Let's say cash flow, opening, closing, and you want to add the numbers. You can add numbers, add data labels, like something like this, and then so basically you can just go each and every section and then learn it. Okay, so this is like expenses summary, you can name it that. And now we will check whether this data set is connected or not, because if it is not connected, it will not show you. So this pivot name is table 45, and then we'll just go here, report connection, and we'll check 45 is connected. Yes, 45 is connected. So let's say we just click here, automatically it will change. Can you see this? The opening is same, but the closing is changing every month. So far, so good. I hope you are understanding this. Only this budget sheet is going to help in the last data sheet. Other end, uh, also in yeah, only the last data sheet. But for example, if you want to check it here also, what is the exactly hover is showing? I mean, the different color are showing two color dimensions effect. You need to select the same month in actual and budget both, and then February you can select this in February, so it will show you in the February month. Now we are in the last stage. We need to bring this particular actual and budget. For that, you can see here what I did is I just added actual is already there. We just inserted. So we need these two data set, and then in budget we need two data set. So let me just copy this. So in this pivot, a special, remove the linking. Here these are actual, right? Let me just reconfirm this. Yeah, these are actual data. So let me just remove the filters, the slicer filter. Now you can see here in our pivot, it is showing the, just a minute guys. So you can see that in this particular pivot, it is showing the expenses, actual expenses, right? So we already have these two data. So we don't need to create another pivot. So what we'll do is we'll just select this and in actual expenses, enter. And then we'll connect the income, enter. Okay, so these we already connected. Now we'll need budget. So for budget, we can't create by copying this because budget is in different data set. So we will create the new pivot, alt NVT, existing worksheet. We'll go to our pivot area and then we will insert it here. And in the same way, we'll bring the same thing like type, which is expenses type. Then we will month will be in the column, and then we will add a budget. So budget is our amount, and then we will quickly link it expenses from here and then budget income from here. Now there are two ways to do things. Either you can add this plus this, let's say just go here, or you can also add income expenses together in the same chart, or you can add expenses in one chart. So it depends on what you want to see on the dashboard. So let's say we select this. Let me just add it. Insert recommended chart, and we will add this one. We'll insert this. We'll copy this, but let's just change the name, which is our expenses analysis. You can put this name. We will cut it, and then we will add into the tracker. We'll just reduce this dimensions and this. After that, you can choose whatever format you want. You can change the designs and presentation, something like this. You can add. You can remove this data, this access if you want to remove. The second thing, expense analysis, budget expenses were this and actual were there here. Now the second is we need to create for the income. So what we will do is actual income, budget income, and then we will go to insert recommended charts, and then again we will choose the same kind of chart. We will copy, we will cut this, not copy but the cut, and then we will add it into tracker. We'll just change the dimension of this and the size and all. And then same, we will keep the similar type of thing. You can remove the grid lines and all later on. You can check all these data. Okay, so just go to here. Let's say filter and all options, format chart area, and here you can see like border, no border needed. Then again here also no border, no fill needed. Sorry, no automatic, but here no line needed. So just check and explore all these options. Okay, I'm not doing it right now, but now almost we have ready. But in the budget we just need to check the connection of all the pivots that we have created. So let's connect the 48 also. So you can see when you click the expenses analysis, automatically it changes the. Sorry, let me just January, and then we will go here January. So this budget income that we need to check budget expenses versus actual expenses. Then again the budget income, this data. This is our 48 table. Okay. So now we need to connect here. I think it's not showing here. Report connection. 48 is connected. Okay. So let me just delete this guy. I need to check it again. I will insert the, because this database is not adding properly. Actual income, budget income. And then we will insert it. For example, if I just select January should change the pivot also, but this is not changing. Oh, sorry, I'm checking the different pivot. Sorry, I'm checking the different pivot. I had to bring the data from here. 7,200. Yeah, here I took, okay. Now actual income. This pivot is pivot 48, which is connected. Actual income, budget income. And then we'll go to insert, recommended charts. We'll insert this. And now we'll just change the format like this. We'll remove this part. And we will add income analysis. So right now it's showing 8,000 in this. We'll add it here. Now you can see February. Clear this February. So it will change now. See. So I was linking it from my sample database that I had created. So February, we deselect this, February, and it's done. So all the connection has been made. Now you can beautify it as per your requirement. Let's say change the color of this and then remove the grid lines, go to view, grid lines removal, and then just make sure it fits in the whole, view. Whatever view you want to have, it should fit in the view. And then we just increase this size a little bit, make it similar to our all the information that is coming on our main page. So it looks neat and clean. This is, guys, like one-time effort. Every time you just add the data and everything will change automatically. This is the power of Microsoft Excel. So this is all for the dashboard creation, guys. This is how we create the dashboards. I hope you have understood. This was supposed to be the last lecture, but I was super excited to bring this on this particular session. So usually we should go with the smaller one, but I'm so sorry that I have brought this hard one here. But I hope you have enjoyed this. You can create more with this. You can beautify this, something like this, and add the colors. So it looks very different from this angle. Then we'll again do it here. Just make it color. And now if you want to freeze it, just go to here and Alt WFF. So now it will freeze. It will not move. It will remain it will remain constant. So just go here, January, automatically it will change all the data set. Go remove filter, February, and it will give the data set of February. So this is all for today, guys. I hope this video is little lengthy, but make sure you do it with me so you understand how the link and how to create. Because when you do this, you will be like amazing. You will be the productive learner because you are not just watching the video, but you are also doing with me. That is the importance of any type of learning. So when you do it practically, believe me, next time it will not take much time to you because you know all the linkings and creating this chart. And every time when you create chart, go deep down how you can modify, how you can remove the lines, how you can change the colors, how you can change the chart type, even though it has been created with different chart. How you check all the session, all the menus which is showing to you. And this is how you can create so many things and so many dashboards. So this is all for today, guys. I hope you have understood. I will keep this file uh, in our uh, Google Drive folder. I will delete this which I have created, but I will keep one so that you can create more in the same file. You can use this data set for creating more. And that's all for the day, guys. Thank you so much for being with me. We have completed almost 4 projects now. 6 more to go. I will try to keep it small, simple one, because I know it was really hard to create these kind of things. Um, for me also, it took like almost an hour to create this thing because I was noting down all the steps. Because if you know the steps, you can create it quickly. And then first time maybe it will take some time. Next time maybe it will be lesser time, but make sure you do it again and again. So more projects you create, more clarity you will bring, and more you will become more fast in Excel. And this is all the management needs, rather than just doing these kind of uh, uh, this kind of sheets and all. If you can just create your report something like this, that will be different from all the other people. I know I have just randomly used any color, but you can create a branding of your company, and you can keep the simplistic branding like gray, blue, then light green, and choose these kind of colors and create amazing dashboards and amazing budget trackers and these kind of things. But the main thing will remain same. You just set the all the data points. You create the table. Then you convert them into the pivot table, and then you add the visualization. That is a simple 4 or 5 steps flow that you need to follow. Okay, so first you need to define what are the information you need to bring on the dashboard. And from there you go. From the first step, you select all the data points, you create the table with headers and all, you add the information, you create the pivot table, and then you create some visualization and linking and all that whatever we have done so far. So these kind of thing. Now the information can be small or information can be big, but the fundamentals will remain same. That you need to understand. Okay, and then you can go more advanced, like create the VBA, or not the VBA, this macro thing. Whatever you are doing every 1 or 2 or more than 2 times, just automate those things with macros. That's all about the productivity in Excel. So I hope you understood this. Thank you so much, guys, for being with me in this learning journey. And I'm super excited to bring another project tomorrow. I'll try to keep it simple next time. I know that it's too time consuming and it's really cumbersome task. But if you can do this now, all the future projects will looks very easy, because I will not bring too hard projects. Only the last one we will create amazing dashboard. But for from now, I will keep the simple ones, but make sure you follow follow all the steps that I have mentioned, because by just watching videos it's not going to help you. Okay, so do it with me. And as I'm showing you, open the Excel in your laptop, in your computer, if you are using the desktop, maybe on desktop, but do it with me so that you can learn it better. So that's all for the day number 24. We have finished the project number 4. And if you have done with me, congratulations. You are super learner. You are really productive learner. And we am really proud of you. Thank you so much for being with me in this learning journey. Have a great day. Have a great, lovely day. And see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Take care. And yeah, if you have not joined our community on LinkedIn, please join. There is a link below this video. And also, we have this project submission Google Sheet. So submit your project there, and I will be so happy to watch your projects. And if you have any query, you can submit your query in the group, or you can submit into the Google form also. So bye bye, take care. This is your friend Divyesh Dave signing off, and we'll see you tomorrow in day number 25. Bye bye, take care.